What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Bailey Canning. I'm an independent marketing strategist based in Colorado, and on today's video, I wanted to go over what I would consider are essential components of a website management plan. And a website management plan is something that I offer to all my clients at the conclusion of the website project, because this way, whether they are sticking around for a marketing retainer or not, they are going to have a dedicated point of contact who is looking after their website to ensure that it is technically healthy and can serve as a tool for generating leads online, which is the whole reason why they initiated the project in the first place. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down all the essential components that go into a website management plan. You can basically think of this as like a maintenance or a care plan as well. But before we get into all that, we got to take care of the housekeeping. So if you're interested in branding, web design, or digital marketing, then definitely subscribe to my channel, because I'm putting out 1 to 2 videos per week covering one of those aforementioned topics. So if you're an in-house marketing director or you're an entrepreneur running your own business and you're looking to discover the latest tactics and strategies to increase the amount of traffic coming to your website, generating more leads, and then ultimately nurturing those leads into closed sales, then you're definitely going to want to subscribe to my channel and not miss any of the content I'm putting out. Also, if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, I am putting a video out pretty much 1 day per week, even on the weekends. So link to my profile as well in the description. And with that out of the way, let's get on to today's video. All right, so the way I'm structuring this video is I'm just going to basically run down all the key deliverables that are included in the website management plan that I offer clients. So this is basically exactly what they see listed out in the proposal. And then I'm going to explain the rationale behind it. So starting things off, as of the time I'm recording this, I generally offer website management plans to my clients for anywhere between $79 a month and $149 a month. Now, obviously, this could change in the future, and obviously a lot of it is dependent on the exact needs of the clients, but those are the baseline rates I charge for the website management plan. So this is a monthly recurring fee. At the conclusion of a website project, I set up a meeting with my clients to talk about the website management and marketing strategy going forward. If they are going to sign on to a marketing retainer, then I generally just include this in that marketing retainer. But if they only want the website management service, then I set this as a one-time proposal. Once they accept that proposal, I then send them an invoice. And then once they pay that invoice, it will then bill that payment method they have recurring until they eventually cancel it or I cancel it myself. So that way the billing is just very easy for the client. They pay it once and then they don't have to worry about paying it month after month. Now on to the specific deliverables that come with a website management plan. One, I always include 1 free billable hour of work that covers basic content updates. So this will be changing out some copy, updating photos, maybe adding new items to the collections that are featured in the Webflow CMS. You get the idea. It's not advanced development work. We're not building out new landing pages, or we're not making major overhauls to the website. But for basic content updates, I do include 1 free hour of billable work. Based on the hourly rates I charge, if the client is going to actually utilize this hour, which does not roll over, but if they are going to use it for that specific month, then especially if they're on the lower tier, the website management plan essentially pays for itself. Now, at the conclusion of a website project, I do include a bunch of documentation and video tutorials so that the client does know how to make all these content updates themselves if they really need to. But the benefit of the website management plan, especially if the client is not a technical person, is that they can just trust me as their dedicated web designer / Webflow developer to handle it on their behalf. And it's very stress-free because they don't need to worry about, 1, taking the time to do it themselves, but 2, also they don't need to worry about breaking anything and things of that nature. The next major thing that's included is weekly website scans, and I use a tool called SE Ranking, which is basically an all-in-one SEO tool, and it has this website audit feature which will essentially crawl every single page of a website and then provide you a very detailed technical report going over a bunch of different areas of the website. So like its site speed, its redirects, its SEO settings, and a bunch of other technical on-page and off-page factors to essentially give your website a health score. And then it'll give you a checklist of things that you need to resolve. Now, what I love about this is that basically it will alert you to any issues that you would not be able to see unless, 1, you were doing a very deep crawl of the website, but 2, it gives me an outline where if there's any updates that I need to handle or there's any errors that have popped up, I can go in in and handle those right away. Generally, every Friday, I run a scan on all the client websites that are signed up for a website management plan. And then based on the report that comes back, I have a list of action items in regards to what needs to be fixed or just what needs to be optimized a bit on their website. So this ensures that the website remains technically healthy, and this is going to ensure that it provides a great user experience to visitors because the website loads fast. It's going to ensure that the website has the proper base for functional SEO rankings because it's going to have technical health that Google is going to love to see. Overall, it just makes it super helpful for me to pinpoint any issues that need to be fixed and then go ahead and fix those right away. So this way, there's no like technical bugs that go unnoticed for like weeks or months at a time. Rather, if there were any issues that pop up, I'm going to handle that right away. The next major thing included in these website management plans is going to be security and uptime monitoring. So fortunately, I use Webflow for all projects, so it's not like WordPress where there could be a plugin issue that causes a security vulnerability on the website. In my experience using Webflow, I've never come across that, but I do stay very up to date with what's happening in the Webflow space so that if I am alerted to any issues that are arising, any security concerns, especially when it comes to integrating outside third-party tools with the Webflow website, then I'm going to be able to fix that right away. And then I also ensure that I monitor the website for uptime. So I use an external service that if the website were to go down, I get an email and text notification, and then from that, I can handle that right away. Fortunately, Webflow websites have 99.9% uptime. They run via AWS, which is a great hosting service, so really don't need to worry about that too much, but it is very good for peace of mind, both for me and the client, that I am going to get notified if the website goes down, and I'm going to be right there right away to be able to resolve it once that happens. The next thing that goes into the website management plan is ongoing site speed optimization. So basically, I just monitor the website speed for every single page. Again, this is something I do with SC Ranking and their site audit tool. But basically, I continue to monitor the website and just ensure that every page has a reasonable loading speed. And if there are any pages that are getting flagged for slow loading speed, I will then put that page in Google Page Speed Insights. And then from that, I'll get a report of what exactly is causing the page to load slowly. And then from there, I can optimize it accordingly. So site speed is super important. It directly impacts conversions. It directly impacts the amount of success you're having on SEO, and ultimately it is necessary for having a great user experience these days. Fortunately, again, I use Webflow for every single site build, so the sites load pretty quickly right out of the box. So again, not a lot of technical overhead that goes with managing the site when it comes to Webflow. Next thing I need to cover is ongoing SEO audits and monitoring of my clients' keyword rankings. So SEO is always changing. Google is always updating their algorithm, and basically I just keep an eye on the website to ensure that it's complying with the latest Google algorithm updates, and if anything needs to be updated, I will then alert the client about that, and we will get working on a potential solution. Next thing is going to be also setting up analytics. I primarily use Google Analytics 4 to monitor website traffic and other conversion actions for my clients. Honestly, I'm really not too crazy about GA4. If you agree, leave a comment as well, but just seems like they've gone out of their way to make it as complicated as possible for people to set up. And then still to this day, I'm not able to get the same reporting functionality I used to get from Universal Analytics, which they have depreciated. If you have a suggestion for better analytics tools, I've looked at like User Maven, for example. Definitely let me know in the comments because I would love to find a better analytics solution. But I do set up Google Analytics for my clients, and then I do monitor the traffic and the conversions and all that type of stuff just to let them know if anything noteworthy happens. One thing we need to talk about in terms of this website management plan is hosting. So like I said, I build every single website with Webflow, and Webflow has built-in AWS hosting. So I just have the client pay directly for hosting to their credit card. I'm happy to set up the hosting settings in Webflow, and then if they trust me with their payment method, pay it for them on their behalf, and then let them know what the payment details are and the renewal details are. But I don't pay directly for the hosting because, one, if I were to do that, it would just be included in this website management plan anyway. But then two, I figure it's just better to have the client own the hosting part anyway, especially because at the end of a site build, I do create a Webflow account for my clients and then transfer it over to their account so that they are the sole clear owner. Because of that, I also just have them pay the hosting, and I've never had a problem with that. So that is how I handled the hosting. When I was using WordPress, I did have a shared cloud-based hosting system where essentially all the resources were pooled together. And in that case, I did handle the hosting because it was more cost effective. But in this circumstance, I just have the client pay the hosting. Last but certainly not least, I do include a quarterly marketing strategy call for every client who's on the website management plan. So this is generally between a 30 to 45-minute call. And it basically is just, a time for me to catch up with the client every quarter. Sometimes they reach out to have more work done to their website or one-off marketing deliverables as well, which I bill separately for. The strategy call is just a great way for me to catch up with the client, learn what the latest happenings are in their business. And really the point of this call is just for me to serve as a resource for them in regards to their marketing and sales strategy. Oftentimes from these meetings, we get a lot of great ideas that come out of them. And then there will be additional work that we work on, whether it's one-off marketing deliverables or enhancements to their website to help them achieve the marketing and sales goals that they have listed out. So I include this because it really allows them to not only get someone who is managing the website on their behalf and ensuring that it's technically healthy, but it allows them to have an ongoing marketing resource and someone they know and trust who can help them achieve their marketing and sales goals going forward. And honestly, it's just also a good time to catch up with my clients because I do try to build a personal relationship with all of them and I do want to see them successful. So that's another reason why I include these quarterly strategy calls as well, because I want to be able to provide as much value as possible to them. All right, so that is a video covering everything I include in a website management plan. If I'm going to work on a marketing retainer with a client at the conclusion of a website build, this is all included a la carte. But if the client is going to be handling their marketing in-house or on their own, then I also make sure to send this over as well. This way they actually have a dedicated resource that's going to help them leverage their website as a true online marketing machine. All right, guys, so that's the video. I hope you got some value out of it. If you did, please the video, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment if you have anything to add or any questions for me regarding a website management plan, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you around soon. Take it easy. Bye.